82. Be known. Knowledge is acquired through worship and devotion. An unbeliever, proud, atheist, wicked, non-devotee, rude and non-listener can never acquire knowledge. You can't win yourself by mere going through religious books. You should be polite and control your sense organs, first. One can be self-educated by studying religion's books, ethics and logic. Knowledge make religion full-fledged. As one's hunger is satisfied as soon he eats, likely one gets benefit instantly if he acquires knowledge. A proper metaphysical wisdom will not be acquired till the epithet attached by any desire will remain. Self-realization gives a man a complete worldly knowledge. Acquire knowledge because a wise man does not normally become trackless. There is nothing better or more beautiful than knowledge. Lead your life with the help of knowledge. Austerity and perseverance are necessary for acquiring all branches of knowledge. When a man acquires knowledge, he can foresee many things, and when he applies his knowledge in practice, it gives a ray like lightning and gradually it becomes stable. Perception, imagination and proof are sufficient for acquiring proper knowledge. Education, eating and religious teachings are like medicines. Everybody acquires knowledge according to his ability derived from his habits. A man's qualifications, possession into actions and its flourishment is stopped side by side his age increases. One should remain away from prejudices if he wants to acquire proper knowledge. One's own success and mental pleasure depend on the wideness and standard of his knowledge. Acquire knowledge on spiritualism, economics, sociology, intentional affairs, individualism, the Quran and the Sunnah, the code of life of Prophet Muhammad, Prabhu. A specialist is not judged by the number of the subjects he has gone through. Specialist acquires deep knowledge through on a particular subject. We must acquire knowledge. We can acquire knowledge with the help of books, notebooks, advices of the companions, discussion, criticism and teachers. The main object of searching and acquiring knowledge is to learn the ethics of leading a peaceful life. There are various branches of knowledge, namely, discussion on complex philosophical theories. Spiritual knowledge means a knowledge which is not concerned with our biological needs but the needs of our souls. Extraordinary knowledge means to consider a body as soul also. Vicious knowledge means to affection of worldly matter. Worthless knowledge means to selfish consciousness. Powers of knowledge and action are interdependent. Controversy regarding religion arises in absence of wide knowledge. Knowledge on a few lessons can't be considered as a complete knowledge. False, unfair, evil, harm, unhealthy ignorance seizes happiness. So, the practical knowledge applicable for all ages is the knowledge, in fact. Knowledge is lively and powerful, which is sharp at both the edges. Knowledge enters inside the bones and bone marrow of a person and examines and analyzes all his thoughts. Hold politely the knowledge as little as there in your heart and salvage and be kind to yourself. Salvation does not come through theoretical knowledge only, one should act as well according to his knowledge. Knowledge is subject to proof and feelings. Caste, qualities, activities and mentalities are helpful for acquiring knowledge. Knowledge is mainly three kinds. Those are, knowledge acquired with the help of sense organs, for instance color, taste and scent. Intellectual knowledge, that is to know something deeply through fine thinking and techniques. Spiritual knowledge, that is, the knowledge about the identity and mystery of the Creator and His creations, which can be acquired combined through books as well as a teacher. A man's knowledge is his real and trustworthy friend which leads him to pleasure. Knowledge is nothing but an idea. Knowledge is the mental quality. As it exists within the body, it proves that mind and matter are compound. Knowledge about external world and the information regarding materials are acquired by pressure and jerk. As a result, a sudden movement of more than 10 lakhs of knowledge membranes reach to the membranes inside our brain and backbones. Inside the brain it is converted from quantity to quality and from quality to quantity. As a result, many objects come under the view of our sense organs. Knowledge means a search of similarity. The only object of knowledge is to strengthen and control the mind effectively. Self-realization is the main object of all ideologies. The austerities advised for in different religious books are only for self-realization. Acquiring knowledge is possible only due to the external existence of materials. Proper knowledge gives a man full-fledgedness, pleasure and freedom. A proper exercise of philosophy and wisdom is the proper knowledge, which gives us an idea about good and bad quality of our body, speech and minds. A proper realization and feelings about a matter is knowledge. Knowledge is fully a production of intelligence. As outwardly knowledge is material-based, it has an applicable existence or meaning. Knowledge is of two kinds, applied and a theoretic. Accuracy of knowledge depends on its result. Knowledge is limited in the material world. Knowledge is the greatest religion. The well-coordinated and well-controlled sensations of the sense organs by intelligence is called knowledge. Most of our knowledge are derived from our past experience. Some of the characteristics of human beings are that they can guess, imagine, shape and dream, which depend on reality. Don't follow anything about which you don't have proper knowledge. Man cannot realize the existence of a few things due to lack of proper knowledge. Knowledge is belief, action and character. Knowledge is faith, thinking is worshipping. Knowledge is a mental peace during loneliness, a companion during travel, a partner of discussion during loneliness, a deed during weals and woes and a weapon for the enemies. A free and sovereign intelligence is the source of proper knowledge. The object of knowledge is applied, theory is only its beginning. Object of knowledge is attainment needs and strength building. Object of knowledge is to make relation among different ideas. Knowledge is self-known, proof-worthy and sensitive. A full-fledged and definite knowledge is a rare thing. Mind selects sensitiveness of sense organs and produces knowledge. A complete self-consciousness of knowledge comes only at the higher stage of meditation. Indirect self-realization is manifested through some specific series of actions or strikes. The ultimate object of knowledge is to make life successful and nice. Action of knowing is completed by symbols and its meanings. Difference between the knowledge about oneself and others is quantitative. Knowledge about oneself is not a separate and specialized one. It grows from assistance by hearing and by perceiving a habitual matter. A complete definition of something is the subject matter of knowledge. The strong faith created in the mind of the recipient of knowledge is the proof of knowledge. Knowledge is produced out of a collection of ideas, creation of ideas and the decision based on a definition or a proof. A knowledge gradually crosses even the reasoning and reaches to a world of inner sight through which even the unseen objects are also seen during extreme feelings. The secret information and ideas of the required probable future can be realized by extreme feelings. Only through change of feelings one can acquire knowledge about that idea. Being lighted with the light of Allah, some ideas can be derived through inward sight which is beyond a man's common sense. This kind of knowledge comes from the supernatural world. One cannot reach to it through reasoning. Life is full of sorrows without knowledge. Establish peace about your harmful matters with the help of religion knowledge. Knowledge is prime. One can cross a long and woeful way with the help of knowledge. Knowledge in wood should not be used much before its maturity. Investment in knowledge pays the highest interest. Knowledge is pleasure, a companion during loneliness and a lifelong friend. The 19th of knowledge is to respond intelligently in time. Wealth is to be protected from unauthorized access, but knowledge itself protects a man and keeps him away from misdeeds. Knowledge never decreases after distribution, rather as much as it is distributed it increases. It is just opposite in case of wealth. Wealth decreases after distribution. So, knowledge is superior to wealth. Wealth is subject to loss, it can be stolen, but knowledge can never be stolen. Nobody can snatch it away. So, knowledge is safe for all. And knowledge is better than wealth. To know an unknown subject is education, and to bring a known subject into practice is knowledge. Knowledge becomes full-fledged through distribution. Medicine cures diseases and knowledge keeps the souls and conscience of man free from inherent vices. Knowledge changes a great man into a divine person, a mortal being into a god. Knowledge means to know the universal truths. Knowledge facilitates a man to succeed in different fields. A man protects himself by acquiring knowledge in different subjects. Knowledge is benefiting to all. Any sound-based knowledge is an indirect knowledge and is a guess only. Knowledge and power are the two sides of a coin. Before reading books, we should read human characters. Knowledge makes men friends to each other. Anything loses its value due to abundance, but the value of knowledge increases as much as it is increased. All your treasures of knowledge will go in vain if it does not enlighten your heart. Knowledge is the source of power, progress and friendship. Man acquires knowledge to be a full-fledged man, but it increases his feelings to acquire more knowledge. There are innumerable worlds other than the solar world which considered as too large. There are different systems working there. We can't imagine about its limit. These systems did not grow all on a sudden. These systems have grown up through many years as a natural process due to various actions and reactions of different materials. 15 billion years ago, a great explosion was occurred. 3.5 billion years ago, life was formed for the first time on the Earth. 1.2 billion years ago, plant grew on the Earth for the first time. 900 million years ago, the first multicellular sponge species was born on the Earth. 600 million years ago, the first hard-shelled species was born on the Earth. 400 million years ago, the first terrestrial species was born. 3 million years ago, the first man was born on the Earth. 6 billion years later, the sun will grow bigger and eclipse the Earth. 50 billion years later, the sun will disappear. About 15 billion years ago, a great powerful egg well, 1 lakh times smaller than an atom, created the greatest world through an explosion. After being expanded with a great force, it was gradually cooled down and particulars of matter started to be formed out of it. Thus the elements of the first molecular substance, hydrogen and helium, was formed. 10 billion years ago, the nebula was broken into pieces and galaxy and the solar wood was formed, which were originally a kind of gaseous balls. With the flow of time, all the creations have proceeded towards contraction from expansion. Movements of power are continued throughout the entire space. Matters are thrown away due to the explosions of the stars and gases are being heated up at the temperature of many lakh degrees Celsius. Due to heat effect, the shape of the gases of the stars become almost like a metal. Neutron and proton are produced by quark, a molecule of atom. The simple atoms like helium and hydrogen were formed during the first Big Bang. Later on, the other molecules were formed in the stars. Later, they were thrown away scatteredly due to explosion. Whatever is there throughout space and time is the universe. In the theory of the open universe, it is said that the universe will keep on expanding itself like a balloon for all along. The galaxies seem to be some dazzle set on a balloon. Distances between the dazzles are going to be increased as in the case of expansion of the balloon. In fact, the area of the universe is going to be enlarged. As such, it seems that the galaxies are running through it. In this way, the whole universe will keep on expanding throughout. According to the theory of the plane universe, it is said that expansion of the materials in universe will stop at a stage, all right, but it will not break down inwardly. That means it will neither break down nor will keep on expanding forever. According to the theory of the closed universe, at a stage, the rotation of the universe will stop and break down inwardly due to the attraction of the particles of its different elements. If the volume of the attracting particles cross the crisis limit, rotation of the universe outwardly will be stopped and an inward rotation will be started. In this way, the universe will again be squeezed up to a point. The universe will be destroyed through a great breakdown. During the crisis period, the galaxies will mix up each other and will create black hole. Weight of that will be equal to the whole universe. The black hole is such a place in space that even light cannot go out from there. It is too densified state of matter. The dark matter scattered in the space cannot be seen with the help of a telescope. A large black hole is created to the center of the galaxy, probably at the very beginning of the birth of the galaxies. A large quantity of matters were densified at its centers after rotating for a particular period. If a matter enter in it is heated to the temperature of 500 million degrees Celsius. At the beginning of the birth of the solar world, crores of pieces of stones joined together by a large volume of gas and dust, and thus the earth was formed. Later on, a large size of stone jerked against the earth with a great force, it was broken into pieces, was changed into a burning gas ball. Later on it was frozen slowly and formed the moon. Something greater than the comets is sufficient to destroy the earth. When such a thing will come down to the earth, a large amount of dust and pieces of stones will spread all over the sky. Friction among them change them into highly heated fireballs. The sky will become dark, the solar light will be covered, and whole of the earth will become cold like the polar regions. Due to a strong heat, a large amount of carbon dioxide gas will come out from the rock layers of the earth. Later on, the temperature of the earth will again be higher with greenhouse effects. As a result, ups and downs of temperature, slowly all living beings of the world will die. Speed of light is 300,000 kilometers per second, accordingly about 95,000 billion kilometers a light year. The changes going on nowadays due to the radiation effect of the sunshine is too little. In future, brightness of sunshine will be double, and its size will be 50% larger. As a result, all the ices of the earth will be melted before the sun reaches to that stage. The cornfields will become deserts. Later on, all the water of the earth will be vaporized. Stones will be so much heated that it will become red. Flames of fire will flow all over the world, and the sky will be covered with black smoke. The universe is rotating in cyclic order and is keeping on repeating the occurrences. Beginning and end of it cannot be determined. If the universe disappears, place and time will also disappear. A complete emptiness will remain in absence of place and time. It won't be so that everything will be finished up totally after the great destruction. Power will be converted and another explosion will be there. Another universe will take birth. Ups and downs of creations will go on in this way.